Coming to you live from Studio 6 in Seattle, keeping you up to date on technology while enjoying a little whiskey on the side. With leading edge topics, along with special co-hosts to navigate technology in a segmented, stylized radio program. The information that's going to make you go, Now sit back, raise a glass, and welcome to TechTime Radio with your host, Nathan Mumm. Welcome to TechTime Radio with Nathan Mumm, the show that makes you go, technology news of the week. I'm Nathan Mumm. On today's show, we're excited to have Mike back with us co-hosting. We have redesigned a lot of the show here for our 10th episode.
Yeah.
Most podcasts, 80% of them fail and don't reach episode 10. So episode 10 is a big milestone for us. We're excited about that.
Streamers.
We got streamers. We've decorated. We have an award show tonight. It's going to be pretty exciting.
And classy.
We have classy
champagne.
You like our champagne glasses. It's our award show, so we're dressing it up. We also have our first segment that we always start off our show with, which is the top 5 stories in 5 minutes. And again, today, we talked about it a little bit on our last episode. We are doing something completely different. These are called the LASE Awards. So we got two segments, as a matter of fact, that we're going to be talking about the LASE Awards. And what are the LASE Awards? It's an Oscar-type setting where we're going to go through for both like the Oscar and Emmy Awards and have 8 categories that we are going to select different streaming services and what their content is to win these awards. And it stands for the Literature Award of Streaming Entertainment. So I should probably grab that website, otherwise somebody else will get it, and then I'll be in different areas. But it's LASE. We call it the LASE Awards.
Maybe it should be Laser Awards.
Laser Awards?
Yeah, put an R on there somewhere.
So put an R on there and recreational. And then it can do little laser sounds at the end of everything.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. So we do have our LASE Awards that we're going to go through, which should be a good time. And we'll be talking about a lot of streaming services with technology. So that will be great too. But before we do that, we always start off our shows with a whiskey tasting. And today for our award show setup, we have a nice little tablecloth. We have everything decked out for our whiskey tasting. And we are doing the Speyside whiskey, the Linsmore single malt. It is considered a mystery malt or a bastard malt. I just wanted to say bastard.
That seems appropriate.
Okay, so what that means is nobody really knows what's inside of it. So they don't release all the ingredients that are available in there, which means they're probably just throwing a bunch of stuff in and seeing if it tastes good. But they've been doing this for quite a long time. It's an 80-proof bottle. It's available in the $17 to $20 price range. So we're going to give that a shot, and we're going to start out with our first sip of the day.
All right. Hope my glass doesn't fall apart.
You got your glass. These are high-end, disposable
High-end
champagne glasses.
Champagne goblets.
Yeah. Liking that a bit. Now, again, at the end of the show, we will either give it a thumbs up.
Okay.
We have a thumbs down, or a thumbs kind of in the middle. That means that you can't decide and you're on the fence, and then I'll make you go one way or the other. So it's either thumbs up or thumbs down. All right. But our first segment we want to immediately get into is going to be our top stories in 5 minutes. But Mike, how was your last week? Back on the show? What did you do to celebrate after, I'm sure, episode 9, you went home and just decided to have a party because it was so much fun?
Oh, yeah.
What have you been doing?
I went home and drank some of my whiskey.
You drank some of your whiskey after the show?
Yeah.
Okay.
I did.
Okay, all right, okay. Did you do anything fun over the weekend or anything?
No, I'm working a lot on launching some stuff for my own business right now.
Are you going to be doing a podcast too, right?
I am thinking about doing a podcast.
So that's going to be excited about that. I'll have to be your first. I'll have to be your first guest.
You might even be my co-host.
I'll be your co-host. You get the co-host here, the co-host there. We can just do.
Yeah.
So do I have to sit down on a long chair? Do I lay down on a long chair?
No, but that would be fun, wouldn't it?
That would be really cool. Now that would be a studio setup. You just come on in and you're sitting down.
You just lay down and
on the psychiatric chair.
Do I need to speak in an Austrian accent?
And then you start asking us.
Tell me about your mother.
Yeah, that's right. Mike, that is exciting news to hear. You know what? We're going to get into our first segment today, and that is the top stories in 5 minutes. What's happening in technology? Nathan's top stories in the first 5 minutes. All right, story number 1. Kodak stocks sink 45% after alleged insider trading halts its
Pharmaceutical pivot.
That's right. The SEC is reported investigating into Kodak. Eastman Kodak stocks are down nearly 45% in pre-market trading after the U.S. government signaled alleged insider trading has jeopardized its pivot into pharmaceuticals. On July 28, a signed letter of interest with Eastman Kodak stated that the United States International Development Finance Corporation, the DFC, on Friday recently had allegations of wrongful doing, raising serious concerns. We will not proceed any further unless these allegations are cleared. So on July 28th, they had a signed letter of intent with Eastman Kodak, and the allegations are still pending. So
that's going to take a long time.
That's going to take a long time to move into the pharmaceutical era now that you had some insider trading. You may want to cash that up as not going to happen. Story number 2. This online school turned stolen MasterClass courses into a Wikipedia.
WikiHow.
WikiHow. This is awesome. Did you know those MasterClasses, right?
Yeah, I've taken a couple
people. You've taken a couple?
Yeah.
Did you pay for them?
Yeah.
Oh no. Did you really?
I did. Yeah.
Okay. Well, now you don't have to pay
I know.
because WikiHow essentially stole all of their content. So forget about a university degree. This site combines the internet's best learning resources, MasterClass, with WikiHow, and it's entirely free. So enter MasterWiki, a new online school of sorts that blatantly, they just said that they stole the content of MasterClass and repackaged it as a WikiHow. Yeah. It's particularly the best of both worlds. Superficial insights from celebrities. So if you want to have that perfect scrambled
eggs, baby.
Gordon Ramsay's MasterWiki, it's got you covered. If you're looking to sharpen your tennis skills with a little Serena Williams, they got you covered. They got all of her stuff there too. So you should probably we should do that one. We should do it at the same time and see what happens.
Yeah, did you get on that wiki and look at it?
I did. They got these very generic diagrams of the people doing the stuff, but it's all the same content.
It's all the same content with the cartoon characters.
Yep. So if you want to get all of this free MasterClass information, and there's even some Disney stuff on there that I was going to spend a lot of money to see Bob Iger tell me how to do X, Y, and Z. I already looked it up and got it for free. So go visit Master, MasterWiki, WIKI.HOW, and get all of your master classes for free. Yeah. There you go. Okay.
Is that going to be a till supplies last kind of thing? Then somebody's going to shut them down.
Well, they've already replicated over like 17 different other sites for that. Okay, the next thing, CakeResume wants to be Asia's largest tech talent pool, raising $900,000 in seed fund money. CakeResume is a startup creation to an alternative for the tech industry job platforms that are competing directly with companies like LinkedIn. The Taipei-based company, founded in 2016, announced today that it has raised over $900,000 in seed funding and is available as one of the largest staffing for public relation companies for technology-based items in Japan.
Is this necessary?
Well,
what do you think?
It is right now because I think a lot of people are looking for jobs, right? Don't you think?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but is it necessary to have another platform to showcase your resume?
Well, all of them are so different. That's the problem. They're all so different. LinkedIn does this way, and the Indeed does it this way. They just need to come up with here you submit your document here, and we'll send it to 50. They do this for insurance companies. You get one quote from 50 different places. You should be able to submit your resume to one place and have it go on out and take care of that.
I know this one is more in-depth things that have like project work on there.
It does.
It's not just a regular old single sheet that everybody's used to doing.
Correct, and it also has some temporary and full-time based areas. So it's just another place that's available in Taiwan. And our last story here before we run out of time: Amazon relaunches Twitch Prime as Prime Gaming. So they have their own gaming system. I don't even really care, but I guess it's big news that Amazon Prime is highlighting its offers for gamers with the launch of a service called Prime Gaming. It's a new version of Twitch Prime, so their first service failed that was launched in 2014. So instead of rehauling everything, they just decided to rename it. So I'm sure now I'm going to go to it.
It's going to be better
because
now
they
renamed it.
Because now it's called Prime Gaming instead of Twitch Prime. So that also happened. And that is our time for the bell. We got through all 4 of my stories, so I only missed one. But that's okay. The bell has rung. We got through 4 of our stories in 5 minutes. If you want to learn more, you can always visit us online at www.techtimeradio.com. See our beautiful faces there, and you can scroll on down and look at the facts section, and you can get all more information about each of these different articles that we have. That was a great segment. We have, after this commercial break, our newest segment that we've added. It is called Protect Yourself Today. So if you want to know all the updates regarding cybercrime, breaches, ransomware payouts, make sure you come on back after this commercial break. I'm Nathan Mumm. This is TechTime Radio.
We've all been here before. The conference room, the speakerphone, the missing files. Not in the room, then you're not in the know. Well, this has been nice, but can we not? How about we invite everyone you work with to work together? Be seen, be heard, be there when you're not. Share your files and your opinion, and maybe even a happy little fruit guy. When you're ready to unleash the power of your team, open Teams.
Welcome back to Tech Time Radio. As we start the segment with a sip of our whiskey, we are tasting, again, this creation that is unknown exactly what is inside of it, but it does have a little bit of a caramel taste. It's got a little bit of a honey taste to it.
There's a honey taste in there.
Yeah, there's a honey taste to it, and it is our Lismore Speyside Whiskey Single Malt. Again, it's our 80 proof, and let's take our next sip. A little earth taste. But it's just
some spice in there, too.
There is some spice in it, but just enough where it's not overpowering. And I get no afterbite at all. I'm getting nothing on the afterbite. I don't know about you, but it's going down smoothly. All right, so our next segment we have here, Mike, is our Protect Yourself Today.
Protect Yourself Today.
Protect Yourself Today. This is our 5-minute rundown of weekly technology breaches of businesses or compromises around the globe. Twitter hackers allegedly targeted employees with phone phishing social media scams, firms said. The fraud executed the cryptocurrency scam within a day on July 15th. The attackers were able to move quickly using phone-based phishing, got information for the phones, and a lot of the Twitter accounts posting by famous celebrities and different items that we've already talked about on the show have been officially taken a look as the process being phone phishing as number one. Have you ever been phished on a phone before?
I have been attempted, yes, several times through phone and email.
Phishing attempts they get pretty. Some of them are pretty bad. You can tell very amateur-like, and then some of them they get pretty good on some of the stuff that they do on how they actually do it nowadays. I mean, some of them look pretty sophisticated. All right, let's talk about a fine now. Capital One is fined $80 million over a 2019 data breach. Mm-hmm. So you may think you're out of it a year later. You still have to pay the piper. So the dispute is a breach hurting 100 million people in the U.S. Capital One is facing a penalty for its giant breach, 2019 data breach, although it may not be as serious as you expected. The Wall Street Journal reports that the Office of the Comptroller of Currency has fined Capital One $80 million over the securities failing that led to the breach. The bank didn't create an effective risk assessment system before moving key IT systems to the public cloud.
Is that really a fine, though?
Is that really a fine? Well, you should have something in place for that.
I mean, really, it's $80 million. Is that really a big number for somebody like this?
For Capital One, $80 million? I don't know. You know what? $1 million's a lot to me. So $2 million's a lot to me. $3 million, $80 million, probably not. So they'll probably have an insurance company. This is what happens right now in the security breaches. Insurances pay for all of it. They get slapped on the hand and they continue forward. So the support insurance companies that get hit. All right. So we'll see the alleged intruder, Paige Thompson, here in the Pacific Northwest. Big deal because she was a contractor, was believed to have taken advantage of a misconfigured firewall for a web app to steal the data and compromise the 100 million people. So
yeah, and then she gave it to someone overseas, right?
Yes, and so then she started selling it. Once she had the data, she started doing it herself and thinking that she's going to be able to keep that private instead of going through probably a private way to do it and be much more successful. Not that I'd encourage any of that, but okay.
Well, she got caught.
She got caught,
she's
and
going
now
on
she's
trial,
gonna,
right?
She's going to be. Her trial starts in 2021 regarding that trial, and we'll see how it works. Reddit. Ongoing incident with compromised mod accounts. Have you seen what happened to Reddit? So if you're a Trump lover, you got to be like all over this, like, yay. And if you're a Trump hater, you got to be all over this, like, oh. So essentially what happened is there's more than 70 specific communities within Reddit. So you have Reddit's this posting board service that's available for people to have. And then there's subreddits. So you have a subject. I'm on a lot of subreddit stuff for technology, games, NASA stuff. And essentially what happened is there was a whole bunch of hijacked accounts that was a planned attack. And what ended up happening is they got hijacked and they started posting messages saying vote for Trump.
Right.
So I don't know if that does any good for Trump or for anybody else, because if you like Trump, you're like, yay. And if you don't like Trump, you're like, oh. And essentially what happens is now all these Reddit people have to reset their accounts. So good on you for stealing that information. Bad on you for the way you decided to deliver your message. Okay. All you had to do is say we have these accounts compromised, and you would have got more press from that. Okay. Barclays faces employee spying probe. So this is our next story here. Barclays is the third largest bank in Britain, followed by HSBC and Lloyd's of Banking Group. They have an ongoing investigation relating to Barclays' alleged use of employee monitoring tools. People expect that they can have their personal lives private and that they are entitled to a certain degree of privacy in the workplace. Barclays declined to comment. Essentially, the data breach was that their employees did not know that the specific monitoring tools were happening. And so in the UK, they have a little bit of different rules than they do in the United States. And that is out there taken care of. And that is the end of our time. I wanted to get to story 4, but story 4 is very interesting. You can go and take a look at it at techtimeradio.com and look for story number 4 that will be posted. It's about phishing scams, specifically relating to the SBA loan office and credentials. So if you got an SBA loan and want to learn more information, please click on our link so you can go have that taken care of. All right. Well, Mike, those 2 segments go by quickly.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of information, but the idea is that you should be able to listen to our show, enjoy, of course, the great comedic humor that we just provide that is by far stellar than anything else available to watch. Not really.
Yeah, there's your sarcasm.
There's a sarcasm. And hopefully learn a tidbit or 2. So we're going to take a break right now, and when we come on back, we are setting up the studio for our award show. And so it's going to be big. And as you can see, if you're watching our YouTube video, here is our award show database. As we got here, 4 pages of information that we have in each of our categories. So it should be a good time, much like the Oscars, actually better than the Oscars, better than the Emmys, better than the People Choice Awards. We have the LASE Awards. All right, see you guys after this commercial break.
Your business deserves the same expertise as that of a Fortune 500 company. If you need a CIO-level service, why hire a full-time staff member at $250,000 a year when you can get this on-demand service for fractions of the cost? Get an on-demand CIO working for you to protect and keep your business running. To find out more, go to www.ee-services.com. That's ee-services.com.
Welcome back to Tech Time Radio. I'm your host, Nathan Mumm. We are excited to have the LASE Awards. Okay, we have a professional award show. And we're going to go through all the requirements here, but before we start that, I'm going to need to sip off a little bit of our whiskey that we have.
This is our 3rd and final one, right?
Well, no, this is only segment. It's segment 3, but we have 4 segments now because we got first, second, so we still have one more.
Okay.
But if you drink it all now, I can fill it up and you can have some later too.
I've been drinking more than you.
That's good. And they don't even tell you what's inside of it. That is just amazing. That's the way to do it. Keep you guessing. All right, we have the LASE Awards. So this is a brand new segment. We're going to have this every year. So this is our annual LASE Awards. And this Mike, is unique. This is based on the Literature Awards of Streaming Entertainment. So let's talk about some of the rules that we have here so people can understand. This is all about streaming services.
Right.
We have Netflix, HBO Max, Hulu, Amazon Prime Video, Disney Plus, Apple TV Plus, Peacock Network, Quibi, Crackle Plus, and CBS All Access. So all of those places are places where they have a streaming service. Some of those are free, most of those are paid, and they have new original content that is released on their programs. So HBO Max has a lot of stuff that is rebroadcasted from HBO, and so anything that's on HBO, the HBO Max rebroadcast that is not original content does not make it into this category. Amazon Prime is all online. Disney Plus, sometimes they redo some stuff from Disney that will be on Disney Plus. That would not be qualified. It has to be original content developed on the platform itself. So it kind of limits us in some areas, but not really. As we went through this, it was amazing.
Yeah, probably not in years to come.
So, and ideally, this was a select group of individuals that picked the ballots in for each of these categories that we're going to go through and voted for the winner, and we'll be going through that. But let's go through each of the awards so everybody kind of knows what the awards do. So there's the Master LASE Award, and this is awarded to the best overall streaming service. So the best streaming service. This is like the Master. This is like the best thing that you can get. This is at the very end of the award show. This is your best picture type of deal. This is the best streaming service available. We have the New Service Award. So the new service would be anybody within the last 2 years that added a brand newcomer to the service. So any new streaming service that would be available there is eligible for that category. We have the Real World LASE Award, and that's for the best in reality TV. So reality TV's subject to a lot of these have content on that. You don't watch a lot of reality TV?
I despise
I love reality TV. Okay, so you're going to differ on this. I just love reality TV. Train wrecks are just interesting to watch, so I like watching them.
Yeah, I don't.
Then we have the Independent LASE Award, and this is thinking out of the box and breaking standard trends. So this is kind of like an indie film, but it's not necessarily an indie film because there's almost everything has indie films, but this would be something that would be unique, a little different of an area that's not specifically in a category that we place together in those. We have the best series, and this is the best series within the last year release. So this would be from June of 2019 all the way to 2020. So if a series is on series 3 or 4, in that season is eligible for that in the series, but you're not, season 1 or 2 would not be eligible. We have the best picture, and this is the best picture or original movie. And we have the best documentary. This is for the best documentary series that's taken care of. The best sci-fi LASE Award, and this is for the best science fiction award. This is where it gets exciting. So we have this huge list, and this took a lot of time to get. But we're going to start with our first category, and our first category is what we call the New Service Award. So this is our newcomers. And in this, here's who is qualified. We have Disney Plus.
Okay.
We got Apple TV Plus. We got the Peacock Network, and we have Quibi. Okay, so do you know anything about Disney Plus, Apple TV, Peacock? Have you watched any of these?
I have Disney Plus.
Okay.
I don't watch Apple TV or the Peacock.
You gotta get a Peacock
heard about
device.
Quibi just lately.
Okay, do you have Comcast as your internet provider?
I do, yeah.
So you can get a Flex box for free.
Oh,
which
really?
gets you the Peacock Network. You got it. We talked about that on one of our episodes when you weren't here with Jonathan. You got to just contact Comcast and get a Peacock box. It's called the Flex. Absolutely free. You got to get it because it's got some up and coming deals. So here's our contestants, and our winner is Quibi. So Quibi is the winner. Congratulations, Quibi. You are the winner of the LASE New Service Awards. And they are available only on mobile devices. $4.99 is the starting of their plan, so there's available. It has hit shows like Die Hard, Bad Ideas, Fight Like a Girl. It's got a bunch of content, but they're normally about 20 to 25-minute episodes on there. Great streaming service, only for your mobile device, but it has got some great content.
Will this be my secret work?
This will be your secret item that you look at your phone during work.
I have my phone on my computer at work.
As you're watching 20 episodes, it may be. I would not be surprised. So congratulations. That is our first LASE winner. And now we're going to go to our second category here, which is called the Real World Awards. So this is reality TV.
This is reality TV.
Okay, so we have Netflix entry is called The Circle. Do you know anything about The Circle?
Nope.
So The Circle is a bunch of people all stuck in the same apartment building, and they're on different floors, and the only way they can communicate to each other is through an app that's essentially called the Circle app.
Okay.
And it's about the reality life of them communicating, doing challenges in an apartment building on different storied floors.
That sounds like an introvert's dream right there.
So it is. With texting messages. So it's, you know what, The Circle. It's on Netflix. Take a look at it. It's worth at least a jaunt to take a look at a couple episodes. We have HBO Max has their specifically reality TV for their streaming service that's called Legendary. Do you know anything about Legendary?
Nope, I haven't seen that
So
one.
these divas will battle on teams called houses with a chance to win a cash prize as they model fashion and dance challenges to achieve legendary status.
Okay, that's exactly why I am not a fashionista.
So you're not fashion. So if you're into fashion and dance,
Yeah, no.
no, okay. It's available on HBO Max. It's one of our contenders here. Then we have two, as our new service award, we had two entries by Quibi. Okay, so they have Bad Ideas and they have Fight Like a Girl. So Bad Ideas with Adam Devine. I don't know if you know who the actor Adam Devine is.
No, but I like the title.
Okay, so this is real. You gotta watch some of this. This is awesome.
You've watched this already.
No, I've never watched any of these
okay.
episodes. Yes, I have. So he has had a thirst for adventure with most avid danger seekers. Adam not only faces it head on, but he adds his own twist to make these challenges, doing a truly bad idea show. He has roped his celebrity friends to come along for the ride.
Okay.
They're going down a creek in a canoe with no paddles. They're doing like everything that you're not supposed to do.
Is this like Jackass
Yes,
in the wild?
It is. It is absolutely. It reminds me of Jackass, exactly the type of deal. But he's got his show, and it's about 20 minutes clips, and it's worth the $4.99 just for him. Okay. Then you have Fight Like a Girl reality show. I've watched 2 episodes of this. 10 women paired with WWE superstars. Together they find strengths and courage and ability to transform themselves both on inside and out. All the episodes are available. Essentially, it's high-risk girls that have had some problems, ladies that have had some problems are mentored by these WWE
And they're doing
ladies.
wrestling.
And they're training for a wrestling event so that they can host their own wrestling event. Pretty good show. It's got some pretty good moments to it. And then the last nominee is from Crackle Plus. Do you know what Crackle Plus is?
I don't know what Crackle Plus is, but I've used Crackle.
You've used Crackle. Okay, so Crackle Plus is the new name for Crackle. So it's no longer Sony's Crackle. They've now sold it to another company.
Of course they do.
So then they just call it Plus because now it's better. Because everybody's
Disney
Disney Plus, Apple TV Plus. So we're just going to go Crackle Plus.
Plus.
Yes. So you're going to have a straight A++. And they have a show called Going for Broke. Going for Broke helps millennials, this is awesome, overcome crippling student debt, hosted by Dan Rosingwig and Dathina Doe, work with young people to help balance their books and appointments as they are CEOs in their own lives, and it's got Ashton Kutcher as an executive producer.
Do they tell them not to eat avocado toast? Is that kind of the thing?
So it is. So you should watch that too. It's very funny because again, they're Generation X individuals, and so they're dealing with millennials. And so the best part about the show is hearing the couple or the individual, there's different millennials talk about all their problems that they have and this and that, and the person's like, "Are you kidding me, you idiot? What are you doing?" It's very interesting. So those are our nominees.
Okay.
So, and our winner is.
I'm gonna guess it's not the millennials.
The winner is, for the best show voted, is Going for Broke. It is
it?
Yes. It is the show that talks about helping millennials overcome crippling student debt, hosted by Dan Rosingwig. So if you don't have Crackle Plus now,
I'm going to run right out and get that.
You should go. It's free. You should go take a look at it and watch some of the episodes. It is both entertaining and funny and inspirational. So that means our Real World Awards.
All right.
Next category. See, this is pretty fun, isn't it? It's I just wish I was like, have special people come on out so that we can have, and now we'll have guest celebrities one day to the LASE Awards. We'll be like so popular that we'll like rent out this big area, and we'll have like Matt Damon go on out and introduce it in the awards.
Yeah, we'll have to call it LASE Plus.
We'll just add a plus to it by then time. That way it'll be. All right, independent awards. So these are thinking out of the box and breaking standard trends.
Okay.
In the area. So we have a nominee that came on in from Netflix. We got Tiger King.
Oh, no.
Tiger King. Have you watched Tiger King?
I watched Tiger King. That is one of the most massive train wrecks I've ever watched.
So it's not quite a reality show. It made it in the Independent Awards since they already had The Circle as Netflix's entry into the deal. So this is its own own category.
That's a good one to watch if you really enjoy psychology and how it can go wrong.
What was your best part about it?
I don't have a best part. It's just one train wreck after another.
Just one train wreck after another.
Yeah, they've got the wildest group of megalomaniacs ever.
Okay, so that's nominated. But there you go. Then we have the Not So Late Show with Elmo. This is an HBO Max.
Yeah, that's on HBO Max.
HBO Max. So Tiger King we all know about. So again, if you don't know anything about Tiger King, it's about an eccentric individual in his battle which is called Joe Exotic, in his battle with Carolyn Baskin, as she's an animal protective person. And
they're essentially people who own tigers.
They own tigers, big tigers.
Yeah, and they both have these ideas. They're both the same people.
They're the same people with just different methods to get there.
Yeah, one of them's. They're all kind of fruitcakes.
All right, so the Not So Late Show with Elmo is an American late night show talk hosted by Elmo. So I'm not necessarily a big Elmo fan.
I'm not a big Elmo.
I was a big Oscar the Grouch fan. That's and Snuffleupagus, but when he was hidden, and then once they allowed him to be there for everybody, that was there.
I don't know if you remember Tickle Me Elmo.
I do remember that. It was like $900 for that deal when it came on out that Christmas.
Yeah, that's why I don't like Elmo.
Okay, all right. So this is a spinoff of Sesame Street that was designed exclusively for HBO Max streaming service. It's 13 episodes. It debuted in HBO Max on May 27th. And there's new episodes that are premiered weekly. And essentially it is Elmo in a kind of like a Johnny Carson, Jay Leno type Tonight Show type of deal with his host. And he's got puppets and he's got live individuals that come as a part of a show. So I've watched a couple clips of that, and that's about it.
I haven't watched anything.
Then we have Solar Opposites. Have you heard about Solar Opposites on Hulu?
Nope.
So Solar Opposites is a cartoon. It is a family of aliens that move to mid-America where they debate whether life is better there or on their home planet, and the aliens swear all the time. So it is just.
I may want to watch that.
So you may want to watch it. Yeah. So they argue on is this new place better or not? And it's dysfunctional family, TVMA, lots of swearing, pretty funny. It's offbeat, very unique. Speaking of that, then we also have Undone. Undone is another animation, and it is on Amazon Prime. So it is a show about a Latino woman and her family living in San Antonio. After a tragic accident, the woman sees visions and experiences mental illness.
Okay.
So it's a lot more thought provoking. It's not the alien swearing type of deal, but it's a very thought provoking animation cartoon that's done by Undone. And then we have on Disney Plus we have Muppets Now. Have you heard about Muppets Now?
No.
It's a brand new Muppet series. Get ready for Scooter as he rushes through to deliver episodes, navigating obstacles, distractions, complications, and the rest of the Muppet gang thrown at him. So I watched an episode.
Is it any good?
No.
Okay.
I mean, it was fantastic. No, I don't want to say we can't say any of these are bad because these are all nominations that have made it in. These are the best of the best.
Yeah, I get it. And I just don't like Scooter either.
You just don't like Scooter either?
No,
they tried. They tried. But we have our winner.
Okay.
And our winner is The Not So Late Show with Elmo. So, if you're interested in kind of an independent series and you want to watch a late show talk host that is kind of a puppet individual and that's funny and that does a bunch of stuff, you can watch that on HBO Max. So, congratulations to them. Perfect. All right. We have our next area, which is our Best Series Awards. We're starting to get into some of our heavy awards here. And we got 2 more, and then we're going to take a break, and then we'll come on back for our last 2. So, our last 4. So here we go. We got our independent awards. Now we are on the Best Series Award. The Best Series Award is the best series within the last year. So here's our individuals for this. We have The Umbrella Academy, Season 2. Mm-hmm. I watched that all within 2 days. I love The Umbrella Academy. If it was just me voting, we're done.
That would be it.
We're done, okay? But then what's going to kill me is the show right behind it. Also a Netflix show, Ozark, Season 3.
Okay, I know you've talked about
and
that
so
one
I love Ozark, too. So both of those are great. Then we have the Marvelous Miss
Maisel.
Miss Maisel, and you've watched a lot of that. So tell me a little bit about that.
That one's a very interesting one where she's a stand-up comedian in the 50s.
Okay.
You know, and it's sort of this balance between how a woman in the 50s is breaking some molds.
Okay.
Pretty funny, actually. It's very good. It's a very good show.
So it's been nominated for some Emmy Awards and some other awards also.
Yeah, it's really good.
So it makes us on our list also. It's the only one that came on in from Amazon Prime Video. Then we have Apple TV Plus, a series called C. I don't know if you...
I don't have Apple.
So it's got Aquaman in it. So
that's why I don't have Apple TV.
So Jason, whatever, I forget his name.
Jason Momoa?
Yeah, Jason Momoa. It's an epic post-apocalyptic drama where the world has been wiped out by a virus. There are survivors, but all of the survivors are unable to see. They're all blind.
Oh, so
they're
not doing Zoom calls.
So they're not doing Zoom calls. And then they have some baby, but the baby can see.
Well, that's
amazing. And so I watched a little bit of it.
Wasn't that good?
It was okay. And then we have the Peacock Network, okay? And they have a show called The Capture. The Capture is a conspiracy thriller that looks at the troubling world of fake news. When a soldier, Sean Amory's conviction for murder in Afghanistan is overturned due to a flaw in a video evidence, he returns to life as a free man only to be caught up by an edited videotape that has him committing an assault and murder of his lawyer.
Oh, is that the one you were telling me?
So I've talked about this. I have talked about it. If you have not watched The Umbrella Academy, Ozark Season 3, I think Marvelous Miss Maisel, probably even C or Capture, you should add these to your... You should absolutely... The Capture, I watched it in about 3 days, so it was really good. And Peacock Network, they're a sleeper here, but I'll tell you, they got some good stuff that's coming on out. So it's a pretty good show.
Okay.
And then we have Die Hard. Have you heard about Die Hard?
I've seen a lot of advertisements for that.
So that's on the new Quibi, who won again the best new service, and that has Kevin Hart playing a version of himself in a death-defying quest to become an action star with the help from John Travolta and other guest celebrities. Is he able to pull it off? So it's kind of him being funny, where he's trying to become an action star, and he's a little smaller on size, and he's got a little some areas where he needs to work on to become like that action star. So it's hilarious.
Is it good?
So it is.
I like Kevin Hart.
So Kevin Hart it's Kevin Hart at his best, and it's John Travolta trying to be his best, where he's kind of the arrogant. I like him when he kind of plays that arrogant type of guy, and I'm really cool type of deal. So I liked it. And for our winner.
Okay, what's our winner?
Our winner was selected by votes, and it was The Capture.
Oh, okay.
So the Peacock Network streaming about the murder, fake news, edited video sequences. So if you don't have you should go home tonight, and if you're on Comcast, call Comcast and ask for a Flex box, absolutely free. They just want you to spend up more time using their streaming services so they can charge you per meg, but free to get, and you can stream that whole series there. So
cool.
All right, that gets us through our first half. It is time for our segment to take a break for commercials. When we come on back, we are going to finish the LASE Awards. So thank you guys for tuning in. Hurry on back and see which one of our streaming services wins the coveted Master Award.
Master Award. You're going to have to get Elmo to be a guest on the show.
Get Elmo to be a guest on that. All right, thank you guys. We'll see you after this break.
We are running our COVID-19 technology response on Teams.
Teams has given us the possibility to continue to innovate.
I can bring them in. I can actually share my screen and show the x-rays.
We're living on Teams. It's as simple as that.
Welcome back to TechTime Radio. I'm your host, Nathan Mumm with Mike Roday, and we are continuing our celebration of episode 10. So we need to have some more whiskey. Are you doing okay on the whiskey there?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, all right.
Is this it? Is this our last?
This will be our last tasting. We got our segment here, and then we're going to come on back and pick a winner. All right, so we're in the LASE Awards. First annual LASE Awards. Again, in our second annual LASE Award, we're going to have celebrities and pop and stance, and we're going to have it on remote site. We'll have people come on up, stream it on YouTube, big celebrity stars.
Okay.
Let's
do it.
All right. You know what? You got to shoot big, because if you don't shoot big, you never got a place to go. Okay. All right. I'm having a great time with this. So we got The Capture just won Best Series Awards. That's a pretty big deal. Now we're moving into the Best Picture. We got the Best Documentary, the Best Sci-Fi Award, and then Overall Master Award, which is the big boy. Okay, so moving into Best Picture. Best Picture Award is for a Best Picture or Original Movie. We have our nominees. HBO Max entry was An American Pickle.
Okay.
Have you heard about American Pickle?
I have. I haven't watched it.
I haven't watched it yet.
On my list.
I haven't. It's on my list to watch it.
Seth Rogen.
Yes, Seth Rogen. Thank goodness I didn't vote for him, because if I voted, then I'd be in bad shape if I didn't watch him. So, it is American Pickle is about a Jewish man named Herschel Greenbaum who works in a pickle factory in Brooklyn. One day he falls into a vat of brine and stays there, perfectly preserved for 100 years.
Yeah.
He comes on back to life and goes to stay with his great-great-grandson, Ben, in contemporary Brooklyn comedy. Old-fashioned, geared towards 1980s type comedy show. So they said it's supposed to have some real funny parts. I have not seen it yet, but it was nominated one of the newer shows that came on out as HBO Max original, because it was built just for streaming. Now, HBO Max has tons of stuff on HBO, but it has to be eligible for our awards for the streaming service only, not just an HBO movie. Okay, then we have Amazon Prime Video Late Night. Have you seen Late Night?
I haven't seen Late Night.
So Late Night's really, really good. So it's got the Mindy gal that plays in it. It's got, so here it is, Late Night. Catherine Newberry by Emma Thompson.
Oh, wait, that's a movie.
Yeah, it's a movie. Yeah, these are Best Picture Awards. These are for movies.
Oh, yeah.
Best Picture and Original Movie.
Here I am. I'm trying to think of a series. I'm like, no, I've never seen that. Oh, wait a minute. I've seen that movie.
You saw that movie?
Yeah.
That's a good movie.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah, she's kind of a gripey old lady. She kicks everybody out. She goes into her writers. She hates women, essentially, is kind of her mantra. She goes on into her writers. She doesn't even know who they are, and they have to write her content. And essentially, Mindy Kaling is hired as the woman to go on in and kind of fix the writers type of deal. She takes no guff. She has nothing to lose. Pretty good show. So I liked that show. Then for Disney Plus, we have Hamilton.
Haven't seen that.
So I haven't seen Hamilton all the way through, but my kids, let me just tell you, my kids have seen Hamilton, and my oldest has seen Hamilton a bunch of times. He loves it. He says it's a great kind of hip hop music that's in there. It's on Disney Plus. It was originally, it's a rebroadcast of the Broadway show where they came on in and shot footage, and then they re-put that back into a Disney Plus exclusive. And then we have Apple TV's Greyhound. Greyhound with Tom Hanks?
I don't have Apple TV. I didn't even really know that they had an Apple TV. That's how un-Apple I am.
That's how un-Apple you are. So Apple TV Plus, and it's got a plus, though.
Oh, of course.
It's got a plus.
It's got to have that plus.
So this is Tom Hanks, and he's the pilot that follows. The plot follows a commander of the U.S. Navy on his first wartime assignment on command of a multinational escort group defending a merchant ship convoy under attack by submarines in the early 1942s.
Yeah, that's with wolf packs.
Yes, and it's a few months earlier before the Battle of the Atlantic breaks out. Officially entered in as kind of like World War II classic series. It was going to be originally released to theaters. It was going to come on out. But what happened with the COVID-19 is it was just kind of sitting there, and Apple TV said, hey, we want to come and we want to buy the broadcast rights for this. And so they bought the broadcast rights, making it eligible for Best Picture Award. So those are our nominees. And our winner is Greyhound, Tom Hanks. So I pretty much put a movie with Tom Hanks in it, and you're probably going to do pretty well. So Greyhound and Apple TV Plus, congratulations on your win there for Best Picture Award. Next, we're going into our Best Documentary Award.
All right.
So streaming services have lots. This is the category in streaming services where you may not have a huge category in your standard film areas, like an Emmy or an Oscar award or People's Choice Award type of deal. But let me tell you, in the LASE Awards, this is our largest category because almost every streaming service has a documentary. So we have coming on in for documentary number 1 from Netflix, we have The Last Dance.
The Tiger King's not in this one?
The Last Dance. The Last Dance is a relook back at the 1990 Chicago Bulls, led by Michael Jordan, one of the most notable dynasties in sports history.
Okay.
We have, for Hulu, we have Hillary. Hillary is a look at the life of work of Hillary Rodham Clinton, interwoven biography chapters of her life with behind-the-scenes footage from her 2016 U.S. presidential campaign on Hulu. Very well done, professionally done. Learn a lot about Hillary Clinton that you may not have known just in the press area. So you see a lot of behind-the-scenes conversations, her upbringing, what makes her think the way she does. We have Radioactive. Radioactive comes to us out of Amazon Prime Video. And Radioactive is a documentary series about the 1970s through our 21st century, telling the story of pioneer scientist Marie Curie. Through her extraordinary life and enduring legacies, the passionate partnerships, her shining scientific breakthroughs, and the darker consequences that followed.
Yes.
So then we have Prop Culture from Disney Plus. I don't know if you heard of Prop Culture. Culture, I've actually watched this series all the way through. It was pretty interesting. It's a discovery that's based artifacts during some of your favorite Disney films and props. It's an original series, and what they do is an individual guy, he's a collector, and he collects rare movies from all across genres, but they actually spent the time on the Disney Plus of the Disney movies, and he has certain props that were used, and he actually goes through and finds the story about why the prop was created, how it was used, and the legacy and information of it. So very, very interesting. If you have Disney Plus, it's a pretty interesting 25-30 minute show that you can watch. We have Dear docuseries. This comes to us from Apple TV. Apple TV has a lot in here. So Apple TV, if you didn't know it existed, there's some pretty good stuff in here. This is one that is a docuseries that profiles famous people using an inventive and cinematic approach that involves sharing letters written by people whose lives the celebrities have touched.
Okay.
So it talks about celebrities, their lives.
Michael Jackson on that?
No. So somebody writes a letter about the celebrity, and then they read the letter to the celebrity and kind of talks about how they made a difference in this person's life. Then we have Lost Speedways. This is another Peacock network. And this is Dale Earnhardt and Matthew Dillner tell the stories of speedways that have been forgotten, abandoned, and overtaken by nature.
Okay.
So really across mid-America, where they used to have car races and speedways and every other town, it talks about the legacies of people coming on in, what the car races did for there. It talks a little bit of history about the towns and the towns that had it. Pretty interesting too. And then Crackle Plus has a nominee on this, which is called On Point. And it's a basketball docuseries that talks about people trying to make it into the NBA, and it proves that the best ballers aren't born into greatness but have to earn it. So those are our nominees. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 nominees.
Okay, 7 nominees.
7 nominees, and the winner is The Last Dance. Last Dance.
Who would have guessed?
Charting the rise of the 1990s Chicago Bulls, led by Michael Jordan, one of the most notable dynasties in sports histories. We got our 2 final awards.
All right.
This is where it gets big. We have our Best Sci-Fi Award.
Okay.
Which most of these stations have large sci-fi gathering of shows. You'd be surprised. And then we have our Master Award. The Best Sci-Fi Award is the best science fiction movie or series. So it could be a movie too.
Okay.
So this is just kind of sci-fi as we have. So Netflix didn't make any entries into this. They have a lot in that offering area, but they didn't make the cut. HBO Max did not make the cut. But we have Hulu that did, and they have Future Man. Future Man is about Josh, Future Man, a janitor by day and a gamer by night, is recruited by a mysterious visitor to travel through time. It is to travel through time to prevent the extinction of humanity.
Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't watched it.
Oh, you haven't watched it? You got to watch it. It's pretty funny.
Pretty funny.
It's pretty funny. I watched it. Then we have Tales from the Loop, Amazon Prime Video.
Yep.
I've watched that series also. Tales of the Loop, the townspeople who live above the loop, a machine built to unlock and explore the mysteries of the universe, experience things perceivably into the realm of science fiction. Whether these are pre-planned or unpre-planned is unknown. Visit the loop. Yeah. So this is a weird. They got robots walking around. They have this one. It's. I don't want to ruin episode 2 for you, but they have like these 2 buddies in high school that go into this pod and they change, kind of like Freaky Friday. They change, and then they're supposed to change back, but one guy doesn't go back.
Oh no!
So then he ends up becoming the other guy.
Oh no!
So I mean, there's some crazy stuff. It's really good sci-fi. It reminds me of the Twilight Zone type of deal in modern day. So they're good series. They all kind of tie together. Every character in the town kind of ties from one episode to another episode, but it's not about the same people.
Right. Okay.
Then we have The Mandalorian. Have you heard about The Mandalorian?
Oh, I've watched that one, yeah.
You've watched that one? Do you like The Mandalorian?
It's excellent.
It's excellent. Okay, so it is considered an American space western, web television by Jon Favreau. Set in the Star Wars universe, the series takes place 5 years after the events of the Return of the Jedi and follows the Mandalorian bounty hunter beyond the reaches of the New Republic.
Yes. It's a very well put together program that has nothing to do with all the main characters.
That's why it's working.
I think so.
So it was nominated for like 11 awards in these upcoming award shows. The Emmys, not quite as good as the LASE Awards, but the Emmys and the Oscars, they have a bunch of awards. And the poor new Star Wars flick that came on out, episode 9, it's got like 3.
Yeah,
like visual and sound effects. That's about it.
That's because they don't have Baby Yoda in it.
There's Baby Yoda. It's pretty big. Okay. Then we have The Amazing Stories 2020. So Apple TV released The Amazing Stories sequel in 2020. It's an American web television anthology series based on the 1985 television series of the same names. The series produced by Apple TV and executive producers includes Spielberg and many others.
Stories.
I don't know if Amazing Stories 2020, I've watched it. It's not as good as the original. But
You're not really plugging Amazon or Apple TV Plus for me here.
I'm not. Well, no. It has Greyhound that won, and it's got Deer docuseries, and it's got blind people on there. It's got some stuff. And then, last but not least, we have CBS All Access. CBS All Access better figure out what they're doing because they only had one nominee in this list. It's Picard. I don't know.
Oh, really?
Yep. Picard is the only one that makes it in. Picard at the end of the 24th century, 14 years after the retirement from Starfleet. Jean-Luc Picard, Sir Patrick Stewart, is living in a quiet life on his vineyard, Chateau, when he's all of a sudden a mysterious young woman is in need of help, and he soon realizes he may need to use his personal connections to help find the solution to his past.
Have you seen it?
I have watched Picard.
Is it any good?
I loved The Next Generation. If I watched Picard not having the Next Generation background, I probably would have got through.
Wouldn't like it.
I probably would have got through like 3 episodes and quit.
Okay.
So, best sci-fi award, and the winner is.
Oh, it's gotta be the one that I'm thinking of.
Now remember, we didn't vote on this, so
right.
Our audience We are reading through the results of other people's voting that have helped determine our awards series. Next year, we'll have it open to all of our fans online. We'll let them nominate stuff and vote for it. But the winner is The Mandalorian.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Is that what you thought?
Yeah.
You know what?
I mean, I haven't seen...
Future Man's pretty cool, though. I'll tell you, Future Man's pretty funny. I like laughs right now, so I'm kind of into the laugh mode. All right, and we have our last award. We're going to take a break here. We're going to come on back, and we're going to have our pick of the day, and we're going to have our final Master Award.
All right,
so here we go.
We are running our COVID-19 technology response on Teams.
Teams has given us the possibility to continue to innovate.
I can bring them in. I can actually share my screen and show the x-rays.
We're living on Teams. It's as simple as that.
Welcome back to TechTime Radio. I'm your host, Nathan Mumm, and this is our final segment of the day. So we are all out of whiskey for our pick of the day. So we're going to have to talk about that in just a little bit. But before we do that, we have our final award for the LASE Awards. This is the biggie. This is called the Master Award. All right. So this is based upon the best overall streaming services, giving you the options of new content created specifically for online streaming services. And I know you have a fact sheet in front of you that you're going to go through. And here's our nominees. We have CBS All Access, Amazon Prime Video, HBO Max, Netflix, and Apple TV.
Okay.
So we got Apple TV, HBO Max. So Hulu did not make it. Disney Plus did not make it. So there's a couple areas here. Neither did Crackle or our new
Just got
QB. So they did not make it.
Ones.
So this is kind of the big ones. Now, criteria on the Master Award is really based upon overall total success in awards shows, not based necessarily on the LASE show itself, but based upon Emmy nomination, Oscar nomination, winners, new content, the amount of new content that's available. And we have our winner. And our winner is Netflix.
No way.
Netflix, yep. Netflix is the winner. And it's very interesting. Owning original content.
Yeah, they've had a jump on everybody else, I think.
They have had a little bit of a head start. So this is one of those awards that it's a new award for the LASE Awards that we're talking about, but this is something that hopefully will change. Do you have some stats there in front of you that kind of justify why that pick was made?
Yeah, we got some Oscar nominees from 2014 to 2020. Netflix received 53 of them.
Okay.
HBO Now 7, Hulu 0, Prime Video 11. And out of those wins were 8 wins for Netflix, 3 for HBO, and 3 for Prime.
So really it just has Netflix is just winning more of the original content.
Yeah.
So that is our big winner is Netflix. Netflix had also the Last Dance. So if we're taking a look at studios to come out of here in our overall LASE Awards, we have HBO Max with 1 win on the Independent Award, the Not So Late Show with Elmo. We had Netflix winning the Master Award and the Best Documentary Series. We have Hulu that was nominated and won nothing. We have Amazon Prime Video that was nominated across here and won nothing. We have Disney Plus, which won The Mandalorian, so they won 1 on Best Sci-Fi Award. We have Apple TV. Apple TV won Greyhound Best Picture Award. We have the Peacock Network, new on the series, won the Best Series Award with The Capture. We have QB that won the New Service Award. And we had Crackle Plus that won Going for Broke, Our Reality World. So CBS All Access only had 1 nominee and did not win an award. Hulu had 1, 2, 3 nominees and did not win an award.
Well, that's what's going on here.
That's what's going on. That's you know what? So
on my stat block.
That's right. So those
they can't even get an Oscar.
So welcome to the LASE Awards. Hopefully everybody at home enjoyed it, and hopefully they can now have some new content to take a look at. on their streaming services during this nice COVID-19 time. So lots of people are watching streaming services.
Yeah.
Before our show ends, our nice 10th episode, we have to have our pick of the day. And now our pick of the day for our whiskey tastings. Let's see what bubbled to the top. Mike, what did you think of our whiskey?
I really hated it.
You really hated it with a big smile and a thumbs up. So Mike is saying that he is voting a thumbs up, which would be... Did you vote last week for a thumbs up too, or were you thumbs down?
Last week was pretty tasty too.
So last week was pretty... So you got a thumbs up.
And they were both Scottish
whiskey. So you're a Scottish whiskey guy.
Well, I'm Scottish, so...
So there you go. So congratulations. I am also giving this a thumbs up. So we have 2 thumbs up. This is, again, the 80 proof, $17 to $20, Linsmore single malt Scotch whiskey. So pick it up at your fine retailers or Wines Plus or any of those stores that have it available online, and you can sip with us also too. We thank you for joining us for episode 10.
Episode 10.
We got through the LASE Awards. We got through lots of stories. We hope that you guys enjoyed our segment, and we can't wait to bring you another 30, 40, 50, 100 episodes of TechTime Radio as we see fit. So I'm your host, Nathan Mumm. We got Mike Corday. Thank you guys very much. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you for joining us for TechTime Radio today. I'm your host, Nathan Mumm. Hopefully you enjoyed talking technology and, of course, having a little whiskey on the side. Remember, as we leave, Mumm's the word. Thank you for listening. If you like the show and want to learn more, please check us out at techtimeradio.com or on YouTube or your favorite podcast service. Just look for TechTime Radio with Nathan Mumm.